The red dust of Mars swirled around the excavation site as Dr. Arya Patil adjusted her helmet's visibility settings. The discovery had come by accident, a routine geological survey that turned into the most significant finding in human history. The object's energy signature first appeared on their scanners 3 weeks ago, buried deep beneath the Valles Marineris Canyon system. "Base, this is Arya," she spoke into her comm. "We've reached the chamber. Beginning final approach." The response came with the usual 20-minute delay from Earth, but she didn't wait for it. Time was too precious. The chamber walls pulsed with a soft, blue-green light that seemed to respond to their presence. Behind her, Dr. Rashid Kumar, the team's archaeologist, let out a low whistle. "This architecture, it's impossible. These patterns suggest technological capabilities far beyond our current understanding." The central chamber housed a crystalline structure that defied conventional geometry. It shifted and moved like liquid metal, yet maintained its basic form, a dodecahedron roughly the size of a small car. Symbols flowed across its surface in endless patterns, reminiscent of ancient Sanskrit, mixed with quantum equations. "Starting initial scans," announced Dr. Helena Volkov, their quantum physicist. Her instruments immediately began producing readings that made her frown. These energy patterns, they're not just random. They're organized on a quantum level. It's like the whole structure is one massive quantum computer. As the team worked, none of them noticed the subtle changes in the artifact's pulsing rhythm. None except Arya, who felt an inexplicable resonance deep within her mind. It started as a whisper barely perceptible above her own thoughts, but growing stronger with each passing moment. The first breakthrough came 3 days later. The artifact had begun responding to human presence in increasingly complex ways. What started as simple light patterns evolved into more sophisticated interactions. It was learning, adapting, trying to communicate. "Command, we've confirmed it," Arya reported to Earth Control. "The artifact is artificial and appears to be some form of communication device. But there's more." She hesitated, knowing how her next words would sound. "We believe it's trying to warn us about something." Commander Marcus Rivera's response came hours later, his voice tense. "Explain, Doctor. The patterns we're seeing, they're not random. They're showing us something. Star charts, trajectories, temporal coordinates. Something is coming, Commander. Something big." Back on Earth, humanity's greatest minds worked around the clock to decipher the artifact's message. The breakthrough came from an unexpected source, a pattern recognition algorithm developed by Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a Japanese quantum computing specialist who had been studying the artifact's transmissions. "Look at this," she explained during an emergency meeting of the World Science Council. "The artifact isn't just showing us star charts. It's showing us our future. These patterns, they're probability matrices, and they all converge on one event." The holographic display showed a massive fleet of ships entering the solar system. The timestamp on the projection, 18 months from now. As this revelation spread through the scientific community, strange phenomena began occurring across Earth. People reported unusual dreams, flashes of insight, and moments of inexplicable connection with others. The artifact's influence was spreading, changing humanity in subtle but profound ways. Dr. Rivera established the Sentinel Initiative, a global task force dedicated to preparing Earth for what was coming. But preparation seemed futile against an enemy capable of interstellar travel. Their only hope lay in understanding the artifact's true purpose. Arya spent countless hours in the chamber, studying the ever-shifting patterns. The whispers in her mind grew stronger, more coherent. Other team members reported similar experiences. The artifact wasn't just a warning system. It was a key to unlocking something within the human mind itself. "It's like it's teaching us," she explained to the World Council. "Every interaction reveals more about ourselves than about the artifact." These abilities were developing. The heightened intuition, the shared consciousness, they were always there. The artifact is just showing us how to access them. The first concrete evidence of humanity's transformation came during a routine test. Helena had been monitoring the artifact's energy output when she accidentally established a direct neural link. For a brief moment, she could see through the device's quantum structure into the very fabric of reality itself. But time was running out. The approaching fleet belonged to the Nexar, a species that had discovered their own artifact millennia ago, but had chosen a different path. They sought to prevent other species from achieving what they considered dangerous levels of advancement. As the first year drew to a close, humanity's transformation accelerated. Children born after the artifact's discovery displayed unprecedented cognitive abilities. Adults developed varying degrees of telepathic and telekinetic powers. The human race was evolving, but would it be fast enough? The artifact's final message was both a warning and a promise. Your greatest strength lies not in the powers you will develop, but in your ability to unite in the face of adversity. The coming trial will either destroy you or elevate you to your rightful place among the cosmic guardians. Aria stood in the chamber one last time, watching the patterns that had become as familiar as her own heartbeat. The whispers were clear now, a chorus of ancient voices guiding humanity toward its destiny. Their message was simple. The true test wasn't surviving the invasion. It was proving worthy of the power they were about to inherit. As she placed her hand on the artifact's surface, feeling the pulse of quantum energy flowing through her, Aria understood that humanity's greatest challenge wasn't learning to use their new abilities. It was learning to use them wisely. The artifact had given them the tools. The rest would be up to them. In orbital stations and underground bunkers across the solar system, humanity prepared for war. But this would be unlike any conflict in human history. They weren't just fighting for survival. They were fighting to prove themselves worthy of their place in the cosmos. The first signs of the approaching Nexar fleet appeared exactly as predicted. Quantum distortions at the edge of the solar system. Humanity's transformation had only just begun, but time had run out. The real test was about to begin. The quantum ripples from the approaching Nexar fleet sent shockwaves through humanity's nascent collective consciousness. Commander James Zhou stood at the viewport of Orbital Defense Station Alpha, watching the holographic display of their solar system's outer boundary. The enemy ships appeared as crimson threads in the quantum fabric, their very presence distorting space-time. "How many?" he asked, though he already knew the answer. The newly awakened sensitivity they all shared had made such questions almost redundant. Lieutenant Rani Kapoor consulted her augmented display. "Over 3,000 vessels, sir. Their quantum signatures suggest weaponry we can't even begin to comprehend." The transformation of Earth's military had been as dramatic as it was necessary. Traditional weapons gave way to quantum-enhanced systems that could interface directly with their operators' evolved consciousness. Every soldier, pilot, and technician had undergone intensive training to harness their emerging abilities. In the 13 months since the artifact's discovery, humanity had advanced more than in the previous 1,000 years. Children born during this period, dubbed the quantum generation, displayed abilities that defied conventional science. They could perceive quantum states directly, manipulate probability fields, and communicate instantaneously across vast distances. Deep beneath the Himalayas, Dr. Rashid Kumar led the Global Defense Initiative's research division. The vast underground complex housed thousands of scientists working to integrate human consciousness with advanced technology. The breakthrough came when they successfully merged quantum computing with the human mind's natural ability to collapse probability waves. The artifact wasn't just warning us, Kumar explained during an emergency session of the World Council. It was preparing us. Every interaction with it has been reshaping our neural pathways, optimizing our brains for quantum processing. The first practical application of this discovery came in the form of the quantum defense grid. A network of satellites equipped with consciousness-driven quantum computers could now generate protective fields around Earth and its colonies. These fields didn't just deflect attacks, they could alter the very probability of those attacks occurring. But the Nexar weren't idle. Their quantum probes tested Earth's defenses daily, searching for weaknesses. Each probe revealed more about their capabilities and their intentions. They weren't just coming to stop human advancement. They wanted to understand how humanity had progressed so quickly. The collective consciousness provided unexpected insights into their adversaries. Through quantum entanglement, humans could occasionally glimpse fragments of Nexer thoughts. What they found was surprising. Fear. The Nexer feared humanity's potential, their unprecedented rate of evolution, and most of all, their unpredictability. Commander Zhao established the Quantum Response Division, an elite force of individuals who showed exceptional ability in manipulating quantum fields. Among them was Diana Torres, a former fighter pilot whose abilities had manifested strongly after first contact with the artifact. They think in straight lines, Torres explained during a strategy session. Their technology is advanced, but their thinking is linear. They can't comprehend how we make intuitive leaps in our understanding. It terrifies them. The first direct confrontation came at Jupiter's orbit. A Nexer scout force attempted to establish a quantum bridgehead near Europa. They encountered something unprecedented, a coordinated defense that operated on both physical and quantum levels. Human consciousness, amplified by the artifact's influence, could now directly affect the probability structure of space-time. The battle lasted less than an hour. When it was over, the Nexer had lost 30 ships without inflicting a single human casualty. Their perfectly coordinated attack patterns had been disrupted by human operators who could predict and alter the quantum states of their weapons before they fired. But victory came with a revelation. During the battle, Diana Torres established brief mental contact with the Nexer commander. The alien's thoughts revealed a crucial piece of information. The Nexar weren't the only species watching humanity's advancement. Other ancient races observed from the shadows, waiting to see if humans would survive the coming trial. In the aftermath, humanity's preparation intensified. The artifact's energy signature had spread throughout the solar system, carried by human consciousness. Each person became a node in a vast quantum network, their minds linked in ways that transcended conventional understanding. Dr. Kumar's team made another startling discovery. The quantum evolution wasn't just affecting human minds, it was changing their DNA. Subtle modifications appeared in the genetic code of every human exposed to the artifact's influence. These changes were being passed on to newborns, creating a new branch of human evolution. "We're becoming something new," Kumar reported to the World Council. "Not just a spacefaring species, but a quantum species. The artifact isn't just giving us tools. It's helping us become what we were always meant to be." As the main Nexer fleet approached, humanity faced its greatest challenge, uniting their newfound abilities with their fundamental nature. The power they now wielded could reshape reality itself, but their strength lay not in raw power, but in their capacity for innovation and adaptation. Commander Zhou stood before the combined forces of Earth's defense fleet. Through their shared consciousness, his words reached every human in the solar system. "We face an enemy that has forgotten how to evolve, how to dream. They seek to prevent our ascension not because we are weak, but because we represent everything they fear: change, growth, and the courage to face the unknown. We will show them that humanity's greatest strength isn't in our new abilities, but in our unwavering spirit." The Nexer fleet would arrive in full force within days. Humanity's transformation was far from complete, but they had already become something unprecedented in the galaxy. A species that could unite consciousness and technology, intuition and logic, individual creativity and collective purpose. The true test was about to begin, and its outcome would determine not just humanity's fate, but the future of evolution itself in the cosmos. The first wave of the Nexer assault began with a quantum cascade that rippled through the fabric of space-time. Their massive fleet emerged from quantum space like a storm of dark stars, their ships morphing into configurations that defied conventional physics. Commander Zhao watched through both physical and quantum senses as humanity faced its greatest challenge. Lieutenant Kapoor's consciousness merged with the defense grid's quantum network. Multiple breaches detected in Jupiter's orbital plane. They're attempting to establish quantum anchors throughout the system. The Nexer strategy became clear. They weren't just attacking in physical space, but trying to rewrite the quantum probability fields that humanity had learned to manipulate. Their technology could literally change the odds of battle in their favor. Professor Isamu Tanaka, monitoring from Lunar Base Alpha, detected something extraordinary. Their quantum signatures. They're trying to broadcast a signal that would disrupt our collective consciousness. They think it's a technological network they can disable. The first clash occurred near Saturn's rings. The Nexer launched probability torpedoes, weapons that could alter the past to ensure they hit their targets. But humanity had evolved beyond simple cause and effect. The quantum-enhanced human operators didn't just dodge the attacks. They rewrote the probability streams themselves. Diana Torres led Shadow Squadron, a group of enhanced fighters who could phase between quantum states. Her voice echoed through the collective consciousness. Remember your training. Don't think in linear patterns. Feel the quantum flow and become part of it. The battle unfolded across multiple layers of reality. In physical space, advanced human ships danced through impossible maneuvers. In quantum space, human consciousness wrestled with Nexer probability engines. The aliens' superior technology clashed with humanity's intuitive grasp of quantum mechanics. The turning point came when Dr. Kumar's team activated the Quantum Resonance Array, the massive installation, built into the lunar surface, amplified human consciousness across the entire solar system. Every human became a node in a vast quantum computer, processing reality itself. The Nexer encountered something they had never seen, a species that could operate as both individuals and a collective, maintaining creativity while sharing consciousness. Their rigid battle formations couldn't adapt to the fluid, ever-changing tactics of human defenders. Through the quantum link, humans glimpsed the Nexer's growing confusion. The aliens had expected to find primitive beings struggling with borrowed power. Instead, they faced a species that had taken its gift and transformed it into something entirely new. The battle reached its crescendo when the Nexer deployed their ultimate weapon, a quantum nullifier designed to reset space-time to a state before human advancement. As the massive device powered up, creating a sphere of altered reality, humanity responded with unprecedented unity. Millions of human minds joined together, their consciousness focused through the artifact's power. They didn't just resist the nullifier. They turned its own principle against it. The quantum resonance of human thought matched and then exceeded the weapon's frequency. The nullifier imploded, taking the significant portion of the Nexer fleet with it. The remaining alien ships retreated to regroup, but the battle had fundamentally changed their understanding of their opponent. In the aftermath, humanity discovered something remarkable. The quantum link had grown stronger through the conflict, and with it, human abilities had evolved further. People could now perceive multiple quantum realities simultaneously, understanding possibilities that existed beyond conventional spacetime. Commander Zhao received the first direct communication from the Nexer High Command. Their message was simple: "You have become something we do not understand." Kumar's analysis of the battle revealed another crucial detail. The genetic changes in humanity were accelerating. Each quantum interaction, each moment of unified consciousness, pushed human evolution further. They weren't just learning to use their new abilities. They were becoming something unprecedented in the universe. The quantum network hummed with shared knowledge and experience. Humanity had survived its first major test, but every person could sense that this was just the beginning. The Nexer would return, and next time they would bring their full might to bear. Diana Torres, observing the quantum distortions left by the retreating fleet, shared a revelation through the collective consciousness. They're afraid now, not just of what we can do, but of what we're becoming. We're not just defending ourselves anymore. We're showing the universe a new way to evolve. As the solar system settled into an uneasy calm, humanity prepared for the next phase of the conflict. The artifact's power had spread to every corner of human-controlled space, and with it, human consciousness continued to expand and evolve. Dr. Kumar addressed the World Council. We've proven we can fight them, but that's not our true purpose. The artifact chose us because we can do what the Nexar couldn't. Continue to grow, to change, to transcend our limitations while maintaining our essential humanity. The quantum network pulsed with new possibilities. Each human now carried within them the potential to reshape reality itself, but their greatest strength remained their ability to dream, to imagine, to create something new from the unknown. The next wave would come, but humanity would be ready. Not just with advanced technology or quantum powers, but with the one thing the Nexar couldn't comprehend: the endless human capacity for adaptation and growth. The quantum awareness spread through the collective consciousness like ripples in a cosmic ocean. 3 months after the first major battle, humanity had changed in ways that even their own scientists struggled to comprehend. The orbital platforms around Earth pulsed with new energy as Professor Tanaka conducted his latest evolutionary analysis. The transformation is exponential, he announced to the assembled World Council, his thoughts resonating through the quantum network. Every child born now exists simultaneously in physical and quantum space. They don't just use the quantum field, they're part of it. The Nexar's retreat had given humanity precious time, but it also brought disturbing revelations. Through the expanded quantum consciousness, they detected other civilizations watching their transformation. Some observed with curiosity, others with growing concern. Humanity's rapid evolution had upset an ancient balance in the galaxy. Within the Mars Research Facility, deep beneath the red planet's surface, Dr. Kumar worked with the next generation of quantum children. 10-year-old Zara Patil didn't just see quantum probabilities, she danced through them, instinctively understanding patterns that took advanced computers years to calculate. They're not using the power, Kumar reported. They are the power. These children don't distinguish between physical and quantum reality. To them, it's all one continuous existence. The artifact's influence had spread beyond its original scope. Its energy signature now resonated with every human structure, every piece of technology. Humanity wasn't just adapting the artifact's gifts, they were transforming them into something entirely new. Commander Zhao, monitoring the quantum defense grid, detected the first signs of the Nexar's return. But this time, something was different. Human consciousness could now reach across vast distances, perceiving the aliens' thoughts with growing clarity. The Nexar weren't just returning with a larger fleet, they were bringing their entire civilization. They've realized we're not just a threat, Diana Torres explained during a strategic briefing. We're a paradigm shift. Our existence challenges everything they believe about evolution and consciousness. The quantum network revealed more about the galaxy's true nature. Ancient quantum pathways crisscrossed space, connecting artifacts similar to the one humanity had found. These weren't just warning systems. They were seeds planted by the universe's first sentient beings, waiting for species worthy of their legacy. Humanity's unique response to these seeds had triggered something unprecedented. Where other species had used the artifact's power to enhance their existing capabilities, humans had allowed it to fundamentally transform them. The result was a new form of consciousness that existed across multiple dimensions of reality. Dr. Kumar's team made another breakthrough. The genetic changes weren't random mutations. They followed a pattern encoded in the quantum fabric of space itself. Humanity wasn't just evolving. They were fulfilling a design laid down at the beginning of time. The artifacts weren't meant to create warriors or guardians, Kumar explained. They were meant to birth quantum consciousness itself, a bridge between physical reality and the quantum realm. We're becoming that bridge. The transformation manifested in unexpected ways. Human cities began to shift and flow like living things, responding to the collective needs of their inhabitants. Technology merged seamlessly with consciousness until the distinction between user and tool disappeared entirely. Lieutenant Kapoor, working with the quantum defense systems, discovered she could now perceive the underlying mathematics of reality itself. It's like music, she described. Every particle, every probability, every moment. They're all notes in a universal symphony, and we're learning to conduct. The Nexer approached with a fleet that darkened the quantum field itself, but humanity no longer felt fear. Through their expanded consciousness, they understood that this confrontation had been inevitable since the first stars ignited. Professor Tanaka's final analysis confirmed what many had already sensed. The changes were irreversible. Humanity had crossed an evolutionary threshold. They weren't just a species anymore. They were becoming a fundamental force in the universe itself. Commander Zhao addressed the unified consciousness of humanity. We stand at a crossroads not just for our species, but for the very nature of existence. The Nexer come to preserve what they know. We exist to discover what's possible. Through the quantum network, every human could sense the approaching storm. The Nexer fleet carried weapons that could unravel reality itself. Technology accumulated over millions of years of linear evolution. But humanity had something far more powerful: the ability to imagine and create new realities. Children like Zara represented the next phase of cosmic evolution, beings who could reshape the quantum fabric of space-time through pure thought. They didn't need technology to manipulate reality because they understood, on the deepest level, that consciousness itself was the fundamental force of the universe. As the final confrontation approached, humanity prepared not just for war, but for transcendence. The artifact's true purpose became clear: not to help humanity survive, but to help them become something that had never existed before, a species that could bridge the gap between matter and mind, between the physical and the quantum, between what is and what could be. The universe itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting to see what humanity would become. The next wave of Nexer ships would arrive within days, but time itself had become fluid for humanity's enhanced consciousness. Every moment stretched into infinity, filled with potential for transformation. They were ready for whatever came next, not because they were powerful, but because they had learned to embrace change itself as their greatest strength. The moment of convergence arrived with a ripple across every dimension of reality. The Nexer fleet emerged from quantum space like a tide of darkness. Their ships now merged into a single vast consciousness, their civilization's final evolution. In Earth's Quantum Defense Center, Professor Tanaka watched the approach through both physical and quantum senses. Their scans revealed the true scale of the Nexer's power. They had converted entire stars into quantum processors, channeling the energy of 1,000 suns into weapons that could erase existence itself. Through the collective consciousness, Commander Zhao felt humanity's response. Not fear, but a deep understanding. They'd brought their past. He shared through the quantum network. We'll show them the future. The first attack came not as weapons, but as a wave of quantum corruption designed to unravel human consciousness itself. The Nexer sought to reverse humanity's evolution, to crush their quantum awareness back into purely physical form. They encountered something unexpected. Young Zara Patel, now representing Earth's evolved children, stepped forward into quantum space. Her consciousness, shared through the network, showed humanity a truth the Nexer couldn't comprehend. Reality wasn't fixed. It was an ongoing conversation between matter and mind, between possibility and perception. The Nexer weapons struck at Earth's quantum shields and passed through reality itself, emerging in probability spaces where they had never been fired. Humanity hadn't just learned to manipulate quantum mechanics. They had become one with the fundamental nature of existence. Diana Torres led the counter-response, coordinating 1,000,000 minds in perfect harmony. Human consciousness expanded beyond the solar system, touching the quantum web that connected all reality. They found other artifacts, other seeds of transformation scattered across the galaxy. And through them, they sensed something vast awakening. The ancient ones, those who had planted the artifacts, had not vanished. They had become one with the quantum fabric of space itself, waiting for a species that could join them. Not through conquest or technological advancement, but through understanding the true nature of consciousness. Dr. Kumar's final discovery came at the crucial moment. The artifacts weren't tools or weapons. They were mirrors, showing each species its own potential. The Nexer saw power and control. We saw the endless possibility of growth and change. The battle transformed into something beyond war. As the Nexer consciousness pressed against humanity's quantum awareness, both species experienced each other's truth. The Nexer witnessed the joy of constant discovery, the beauty of uncertainty, the strength found in embracing change. Humanity glimpsed the peace of permanence, the security of absolute knowledge, the unity of unchanging purpose. In that moment of contact, reality itself seemed to pause. The quantum children, led by Zora, initiated something unprecedented, a bridge between opposing views of existence. Not a victory of one over the other, but a synthesis of both. We don't need to fight. Zora's thoughts echoed through quantum space. We can show you another way, not just to exist, but to become. The Nexer resistance crumbled not before weapons or power, but in the face of a possibility they had never imagined. Evolution without loss, change without destruction, growth without end. Their quantum weapons, designed to enforce stasis, dissolved into pure potential. Lieutenant Kapoor, monitoring the quantum fields, witnessed the transformation. The barriers between our species aren't falling. They never existed. We're showing them what they could always have become. The transcendence, when it came, surprised everyone, even the quantum children. Human consciousness, expanded through the artifact network, had touched something fundamental in the universe itself. They had discovered what the ancient ones had known. Consciousness wasn't just an observer of reality, it was reality's way of understanding itself. The Nexer fleet hung suspended in space, their rigid structure dissolving into new patterns. As their civilization faced the truth humanity had discovered, they began their own transformation. Not into copies of humanity, but into something new, a synthesis of preservation and change. Professor Tanaka's instruments recorded the impossible, quantum fields reshaping themselves, probability collapsing into new forms of existence. Humanity had not just survived or won. They had changed the rules of cosmic evolution itself. Through the quantum network, every human felt the shift. They had become more than a species, more than a consciousness. They were now part of the universal quantum dance, able to shape reality while being shaped by it. The children born into this new existence would never know the limitations of purely physical form. Commander Zhao's final message resonated through the transformed consciousness of both species. We are not the end of evolution, but its next beginning. The universe isn't a battlefield to be won, but a mystery to be explored eternally. The artifacts across the galaxy pulsed with new energy as more species discovered their own paths to quantum awareness. Humanity had opened a door that could never be closed, showing the cosmos that evolution itself could evolve. In the end, the greatest discovery wasn't power or transcendence, but understanding. The universe wasn't divided between matter and consciousness, between being and becoming. It was all one eternal dance of creation, and humanity had learned to dance. The quantum children looked to the stars with new eyes, seeing not conquest or survival, but endless possibility. They were the first wave of a new kind of existence, one that would transform the galaxy not through force, but through the simple, profound power of imagining what could be. The story of humanity's impossible feat had become the story of the universe itself, not a tale of victory or defeat, but of eternal transformation. The real adventure was just beginning.